So UFC Fight Night Austin just took place on Saturday, and this is my recap of the card. Great card. The card had 9 finishes on it in total, and there's a few fights I want to go over and talk about. First up being the Bellato fight. Great refereeing, and this is going to lead into the Jalen Turner Bobby Green fight, obviously. But this was great refereeing on behalf for this matchup. Bellato did get hurt, but you seen the referee allow for him to get back into the fight and continue to fight, and didn't jump in early. Great stoppage. Bellato, he did look a bit slow in my opinion, but he did get the finish. Great win on his UFC debut. Then we had Drakkar Klose coming back. I think he hadn't fought since 2022. I'm near sure, but anyway, he came back and got a slam KO. Insane. You never really see those. It was brutal. Slammed the guy right on the side of his head. Grim to see. Great finish for him. This guy is a great fighter, and we could maybe see him push on to the top 15 at lightweight. I'm not too sure though. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Then we had Zachary Reese. The same thing happened to this guy. Slam KO'd. Cody Brundage saving his UFC career again. Honestly, like, this guy is literally on a matter of time before the UFC cut him. I just don't rate Cody Brundage at all. Zachary Reese, in my opinion, the triangle was in, but when Brundage started to bridge up and left, he should have just let go. But again, crazy. You never really see slam finishes, and on this card, we seen 2 back to back. Next, we have the legend of Miesha Tate. I don't know what I've clicked there. Yeah, Miesha Tate coming back to get that sub in the 3rd round. Really impressive for Miesha Tate. The fact that this woman basically retired, took so long out of the cage, came back, and has looked fairly decent, to be fair to her, in the later stages of her career. So yeah, great win for her. Great sub. Starting off the main card, yeah, another great sub there for Dustin. This card was just stacked with finishes. It was actually it was so good to see. 2nd round sub, rear naked choke. Great finish for him. Clay Guida, the legend, unfortunately lost a unanimous decision. Joaquim Silva was just better than him. Unfortunately, Clay Guida just doesn't have it anymore, in my opinion. The guy should retire, but fair play to him. The guy continues to go on. Legend of the sport. Sean Brady back in the win column after dominating Kevin Gastelum. This was insane to see. In my prediction video, I really did not expect Sean Brady to beat Kevin Gastelum. I thought Sean Brady would struggle to get Gastelum down, and Gastelum, in my opinion, like everybody else I'm sure agrees, is the better striker out of him and Sean Brady, and I don't particularly think Sean Brady deals with damage well, and I thought that was going to be a real issue when it came to fighting Kevin Gastelum, but I was wrong, really wrong. Sean Brady dominated Kevin Gastelum, getting that Kimura in the 3rd round. Really, really impressive, and in my opinion, again, is someone to look at for welterweight, a serious contender now. Great win. I've seen a lot of people saying Kevin Gastelum is washed and done. I disagree. I just think Sean Brady is that good. I just think that he lost to Bilal Muhammad, who Bilal Muhammad is arguably going to be the future champion of welterweight. Maybe I'm being a bit biased, but yeah, a loss to Bilal Muhammad isn't bad. I think it was more the way he lost to Bilal Muhammad though is what people were concerned about. But nonetheless, great win for him. Then we had Davidson Figueiredo, Rob Font. I did not see this happening. Davidson Figueiredo put on arguably his best performance of his MMA career. He hurt Rob Font a couple of times in this matchup. I just did not expect this. I thought Davidson Figueiredo would have really struggled with the length and reach of Rob Font. I thought Rob Font would have just outboxed him. Why did I say that funny? Outboxed him, done a good job of keeping him on the straight shots, but that just was not the case. Davidson Figueiredo and those guys at Henry Cejudo's gym in Arizona did put on a great game plan, and fair play to Davidson Figueiredo. Moved up successfully. Why was that so hard to say? And hopefully now we can get Davidson Figueiredo versus Petr Yan. What a fight that would be. Davidson Figueiredo didn't take too much damage in that matchup, and now he's not having to cut tremendous amounts of weight. Yan wants to fight at UFC 299. UFC, make it happen for Miami. Then we go on to the co-main event. Jalen Turner. Why is this not opening? Jalen Turner versus Bobby Green. Jalen Turner took this matchup on short notice, and in fairness made weight. Jalen Turner does sometimes struggle to make the lightweight limit, and he took this fight on short notice, which did concern me, but he made the weight limit no problem. the size difference to these guys though was insane. I didn't realize how small Bobby Green was going to look to him, and that did play a part. Bobby Green was trying to lure Jalen Turner in so then he could explode in with his shots, but Jalen Turner done a good job of just sticking to his game plan with the kicks and the straight shots, and he got the KO. Now, I just want to touch on this. What the fuck was that referee doing? That guy, he cannot referee another fight again, or he should be put through some like crazy retraining, because like, how do you not stop that fight? What were you waiting for Bobby Green to do? The guy's on his stomach taking major shots. Like, you've taken years off that guy's life probably. I know that sounds a bit like weird to say, but it is true. Like, Bobby Green took so many unanswered shots. There was no need for it. You can't blame Jalen Turner for that either. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the shot. Like, Jalen Turner kept throwing shots when he knew he was out. Jalen Turner, he can't stop until a referee steps in. That's the referee's job. The referee done a shit job, and he really needs to be investigated for whether he can referee another UFC or MMA fight in general, in my opinion. Shit stoppage. Great win for Jalen Turner. Then we've got Beneil Dariush versus Arman Tsarukyan in the main event. Another prediction wrong for me. I had a stinker this week. Terrible. Arman Tsarukyan is that guy. He is the dark horse of this division. And in my opinion, will probably give Islam Makhachev his hardest test. Hopefully we do get to see that rematch. They did fight before and it was relatively competitive. So hopefully we can see the rematch happen again. Beneil Dariush, back-to-back first-round KOs. It's heartbreaking. That's not really heartbreaking to be honest, but I am a Beneil Dariush fan and I really would have wanted it to see him win. I really wanted him to get that title shot because I did think he really deserved it, but he's a million miles away from that now. Although, a great matchup for Beneil Dariush to come back to, depending on how long Jalen Turner is waiting out for, because he did get that first round KO, would be him versus Jalen Turner. Great matchup in my opinion, and I think it makes sense in terms of rankings. I think Jalen Turner done the UFC a favour by stepping on short notice to save the co-main event. I think he should be rewarded with someone higher up in the rankings. Ignore the voice break. Arman Tsarukyan, on the other hand, first round KO over Beneil Dariush. Really did not expect that. Book this guy against Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier wants to fight at UFC 300. Arman took no damage in this matchup, first round KO. Book this for UFC 300. Dustin Poirier cannot sit on his spot at lightweight. This is the issue with this division. We have the same guys fighting the same people. Dustin versus Justin, which I would like to see their trilogy. Then you have Oliveira fighting Dustin or Justin. Michael Chandler in the mix. Let's stop this. We have to move the new fighters, the new up-and-comers in this division. We have to give them their chance. I'm not saying Arman will beat Dustin Poirier, but he does have a very good chance. So yeah, Dustin Poirier, if he wants to stay at lightweight and wants to say he is a top contender still in this division, which I believe he is, book this fight for UFC 300. Dustin Poirier, Arman Tsarukyan, make it happen. Overall, UFC Austin, great card. This is what a fight night should be in my opinion. Not as stacked as what a pay-per-view would be, but there are some really interesting matchups on it. And the next one, we have the next fight night is Song Yadong, Chris Gutierrez as the main event. So, you know, big decline in terms of quality. I am a big Song Yadong fan, but in terms of that fight night card compared to this one, there is a big decline in quality. But overall, great card. Comment below what you thought of this UFC Fight Night card, and as always, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It does really help out. And as you can see on the top of the screen, those are my other social medias. I'd appreciate if you could follow me on those as well. And I will see you again in the next one.